Good morning. My name is Malin Rosworkis. I'm here to do my presentation on the given topic, cybersecurity in smart grids. These are my contents: introduction, objective, cyber attacks, related works, design, advantages, and finally the reference. It is indeed true that the smart grids, which is known as systems of systems, have paved a way to energy management. Since it enables a two-way communication between the customers and the suppliers, the customers would be able to understand how much energy they consumed. Thereby, they could reduce the energy consumption. Moreover, it helps to provide a balance between the supply as well as the demand. Smart grid is an integration of many systems such as power system, communication system, smart system, and automation system. Integration of all these systems improves the characteristics of smart grids in terms of reliability, scalability, manageability, and even flexibility. It is also capable of integrating distributed energy resources such as solar and wind. Thus, it is evident that smart grids overcome the traditional grids in terms of reducing energy losses, reducing carbon footprint, reducing blackouts, and real-time corrections when failures occur. This is my objective. My main objective is to detect the slowly evolving false data injection attacks. Before going in detail with this, let me briefly describe about the cyber attacks as well as about the false data injection attacks. Due to the complex structure of smart grids, it is vulnerable to different types of cyber attacks, which may cause many deleterious effects to the system in terms of stability. Therefore, security is a matter of great concern for smart grids. Different types of attacks include the FTI attacks, the DOS attack, the password attack, and so on. Out of all these attacks, the false data injection attack is the most crucial one. It is because it can easily bypass the existing bad data detection scheme. And FTI attacks occur when the intruder gains some knowledge regarding this system topology or system grid topology, meter readings like that. And the intruder introduces a non-zero vector in the power system which manipulates the system variables. And the control center misinterprets the power system and causes damage to economic benefits, monitoring functionalities, and system stability. Many detection techniques have been proposed to detect the FDI attacks, and these are my related work. And this FDI and the strategies can be broadly classified into two, that is, protection-based scheme as well as the detection-based scheme. In protection-based scheme, we are protecting some important meters and sensors. It is because the smart meters and the actuators are the main target of attackers. Firstly, a heuristic approach is used in which the injection power meters are protected since these meters are more important than the other meters. Secondly, the PMU is one of the most crucial sensors in smart meters since it transfers the data between the sensors. And if we're able to protect this PMU, we can prevent the system from the FTA attacks. And the prevention of the PMU can be achieved by incorporating a static state algorithm which evaluates the state estimation at the control center. This is achieved by placing an additional PMU in the PMU network. However, in this protection-based scheme, we are not able to detect all attack. We are not able to protect the system, all type of system, probably the large systems. So, with the detection system, with detection-based scheme, the most important detection technique is the state estimation technique, which combines the state with and without attack. In this technique, either a state estimator or a combination of a state estimator as well as a detector is used. For instance, the Kalman filter is commonly used as state estimator, which compares the state variables with the meter readings. But this Kalman filter alone cannot detect all kinds of FDA attacks. Therefore, combination is most preferably used. And for instance, the Kalman filter with the cosine similarity matrix is used to detect the false data injection attacks. Here, the Kalman filter compares the state variables with the meter readings, and the cosine similarity method determines the similarity between the meter readings and the estimated data from the Kalman filter. And if the cosine similarity metric is 1, it indicates that the FDI is not there. Similarly, the Kalman filter with the Euclidean detector is also used, in which the Euclidean detector reconstructs the sinusoidal voltage signal and compares the difference between the estimated and the observed voltage signal. If the value is greater than the threshold, it indicates that the FDI is detected. Further, a Kullback-Leibler distance method is used to track the measurement dynamics. If the distance index increases, the FDI is detected. And finally, the cumulative sum method is also used, in which the control center measures actual power flow and compares it with the threshold. If the QSUM statics is more than the threshold, FDI is indicated. So in all these techniques, it is able to detect the FDI attacks, but all these techniques are really complex as well as the resource intensity is very high. Moreover, it could not detect the slowly evolving the false data injection attacks. The slowly evolving FDIs can exploit the smart grid for a long period of time without being detected and could create many complications. This is my design. It is a combination of two methods, that is spectro-temporal correlation, trust-based voting system, along with the watermark method. The main advantage of this method is that it could detect strong attack as well as the slowly evolving the false data injection attacks. This is the flowchart of my proposed system. Here, firstly, a comparison is done between the correct state estimation pair and the current state estimation pair to examine the consistencies. Secondly, a trust-based voting system is used to examine the presence of anomalies, and there are three outcomes, that is good, unknown, and abnormal. If the outcome is good, then FDI is detected, then FDI is not there. Then a watermark scheme is also incorporated, which embeds a PN code. Watermark is inserted at random locations so that the attackers don't know the exact position of the watermark. And it consists of 4 components, that is a signal modulator, which adds the PN code with the watermark, data modulator, which embeds the watermark into the meter reading stream, a data demodulator, which produces discrete time signals, and also add high pass filter to remove the noises. And finally, the signal demodulator, which examines the strength of the signal. If the strength of the signal falls above the threshold, it indicates the presence of FDI attacks, and an alarm will be sounded in order to indicate the presence of the FDI attacks. So the main advantages of my proposed scheme is that it is less complex, able to detect both strong as well as the slowly evolving FDIs, low cost, and applicable to even heterogeneous types of components. These are my references, and thank you.